Yo, what up guys? In today's PUBG Mobile video, we're gonna go over all of my PUBG Mobile settings all the way from basic down to sensitivity. Since my last sensitivity video did so well, I figured we'd make one going over every setting. It would be super amazing if this video could hit 1,000 likes. I know you guys can do it. If you've ever wanted to know what all of my PUBG Mobile settings are, today's video is for you. All right, let's hop into the settings. I have aim assist off. I feel like it actually throws my aim off and my accuracy off, and I don't like it, so I have it turned off. I don't use aim assist. Block sight warning, I have it turned on just in case I'm trying to peek a wall and I'm too close to it. That'll let me know. Bolt action rifle and crossbow firing mode I have set to tap because I don't like the whole release stuff. Same for shotgun firing mode. For my peek settings, I have peek and open scope turned off because I like using the dedicated ADS button. But I do have peek and fire on because it gives you an advantage, making your hitbox smaller when you're peeking around a tree or a corner and your enemy has less of a target to hit. I have my lean and scope mode set to tap. My gyroscope is set to scope on, and we'll go through my gyroscope settings later. Scrolling down further, there's some other small settings like auto open doors turned on, play emote turned on, slide turned on, universal mark on, healing prompt on, jump/climb turned off. I like to have my vaulting button and my jumping button separated. Death replay turned on. Default parachute follow turned off. I don't like default following somebody. I like to pick who I follow. FPP swap button is turned on in case I ever need to switch to FPP in a 3PP fight. Allow others to see your results I have turned off. Show outfit turned on. Allow spectators turned on. Allow spectators to view tier information turned on. Allow friends to follow me to cheer park turned on. Allow strangers to follow me to cheer park turned off. I don't like strangers following me to cheer park, okay? It's dangerous. Bad things happen in cheer park at night when strangers follow you. Moving on. Enable/disable quick draw invite turned on. Allow receiving radio messages turned on. I don't think I've ever received a radio message. I have no idea what that's about. Show Royale Pass information turned on. Airplane finish opt-in turned on. Spawn Island broadcast turned on. Show other players companions turned off. I don't care what companion you have. And then my current country/region is USA. So here's one that a lot of people ask me, Dab, what are your graphics settings? I use HDR Extreme because I have an iPhone 11 Pro Max and it can handle it. The style I use is colorful. I've always used colorful since season 1. I feel like it gives the game the best look. The most important graphics setting I think is the anti-aliasing setting. I have mine turned on. Since digital images are made of tiny square pixels, any round or slanted object is going to have aliasing or jagged edges. So to smooth out that staircase effect, you use anti-aliasing. It essentially blends the colors around the edges to create the illusion of a smooth image. Moving on, I have my colorblind mode set to Deuteranopia. I have it set to the second option. I have shadows turned on. My brightness is at 125% in case I play on Sandhawk. It's kind of dark. And then I have my auto adjust graphics turned off. Vehicle settings, 100% default. Pickup settings, I have 100% turned off. I don't like auto pickup at all. Moving on to my scope settings, I like to use the yellow crosshair. On my red dot, I have the cross reticle. And then on my holographic, it's yellow. On my canted sight, it's yellow with the cross reticle. On my 2x, it's yellow. And on my 3x, it's yellow. I find that yellow is the easiest color for my eye to keep track of. My quick scope switch I have turned on, and the reason I have the quick scope switch turned on is because it saves your butt mid firefight when you can go from a 3x scope to a red dot. It's a lot faster than opening up your backpack and manually switching it. Way faster. For my audio settings, you're probably not interested in, but I'll show you anyways. I have them set on ultra, the music is off, and the master's turned down a little bit low. All right, next let's move on to my control settings. I'm a 4-finger claw player. My shooting button's up in the top left-hand corner. My dedicated ADS button is in the top right-hand corner. Just to the left of that, I have my peek buttons stacked on top of each other. Below my ADS on the right-hand side, I have my jump, crouch, prone, and reload button. I'm covering up the reload button and the prone button with my camera right now, but you can assume where they are. I have my guns stacked on top of each other, so that way I only have to worry about using my right thumb to switch weapons. The revive button's all the way on the left. The cancel button's moved a little bit. And my exit vehicle button's right to the left of my guns. I don't really know much to say about my control settings. It's really just something that I've worked on over time and something that works for me. Everybody personally has to find their own control settings, so this is what works for me. You can feel free to screenshot it and use it as a base to work from. But I just wanted to add it into the video so that you guys have a reference from my standpoint of what my control settings are. So the thing that everybody's probably interested in is my sensitivity settings, and this is where the magic happens. For my third person no scope is set at 120%, my first person no scope at 104%, my red dot holographic and aim assist at 60%, my 2x scope at 36%, my 3x scope at 27%, my 4x scope at 17%, my 6x scope at 14, and my 8x scope at 12. One of the things I want to point out in this section are the high sensitivity settings that I have set in my third and first person no scope. I like to be able to hardly have to swipe across my screen to do a 180 and be able to laser somebody that's right behind me before they get a few shots off on me. For my ADS sensitivity settings, my third person no scope set at 120, my first person no scope's at 104, my red dot is at 60, my 2x is at 36, my 3x scope at 27, 4x scope at 17, 6x scope at 14, and 8x scope at 12%. They pretty much match exactly what was up above. They don't really change from the camera to the ADS sensitivities. They're just about the same thing in my eyes. I also go over my gyroscope sensitivities. Remember when I was going over my basic settings, I told you that I have gyroscope set to scope only. My third person and first person no scope are both at 230%. My red dot is 270%. My 2x is 175%. My 3x is 135%. My 4x is 75%. My 6x is 50%. And my 8x is 42%. I feel the same way about sensitivity settings that I do the control settings. You can use mine as a base to start from, but you really are going to want to tweak these to what works best for your muscle memory. All right, now that we've gone over all my sensitivity settings, my basic settings, my control settings, all of the settings that you have ever asked to see, let's check out some of the gameplay of me putting them in action. He's sitting right here in this heli. Oh my god. Oh.